Hi, I'm Winston.
This is Zoe.
And that's
I'm
Emily. And we're from Live Wild. And this has been delayed a little bit just because I've been lazy. But this is a switch from our PCT bound video series that we only made 2 episodes of because it turned into the AT, which is the Appalachian Trail. Yeah. That last video, which was PCT bound 2, West Becomes East. Clever title. That had Katie. I know Katie is in BC tree planting, but she'll be back before you know it. And then her and I head out east. Mm-hmm. And the reason we have Emily in the video is because the way we're going to get there.
Probably in my sweet mom van.
Yeah, badass little road trip.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Katie and Emily and anybody else who wants to go along.
Yeah.
Are going to drive from Ontario, Canada, where we are, to Baxter State Park in Maine, where Mount Katahdin is. And Mount Katahdin is technically the end of the Appalachian Trail, but because Katie and I do everything backwards, we are starting north and heading south. I figure it'll take 2 or 3 days to get out there. Mm-hmm. Maybe hike some other mountains on the way.
Do some hiking.
Maybe
do some
rock
climbing. Yes.
Yeah. Before you have to go adult some more.
Yeah. Be adult doing my adult job.
It's like we've got the strangest little group of friends because some of us are being like adulty, and some of us are doing our best to avoid
babies
that.
And some of us are forever babies.
Yeah.
Themselves.
I did the adult thing for a while. It didn't take.
No, it's not great. It's not great.
So that's why we're doing this instead. And as our audience grows and we make, we're never going to get rich off making outdoorsy videos.
Probably not.
But if we can make enough to just keep doing outdoorsy things, then that's okay.
And we're outside anyway.
Yeah. So.
And I would just be talking to myself, so it's a little better if I'm talking to something.
Yeah, that is true.
So really.
So what we're going to talk about today is, I guess we want to call it sort of common questions about these big hikes. And I'm going to, throw it over to Emily in her role as master interviewer.
Yeah. Yes. Designated.
Yeah.
Zoe. Sorry.
Yes, when you have a large dog that just sort of runs in and out of frame and is enjoying running around
the
the
forest.
forest.
Coyotes here, and she will take them on because she's pretty, but she's not that smart. This is Zoe.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Out of frame now. You never.
Well.
What is the acting thing? Never work with kids and animals.
I don't know. Is that a thing?
Yeah, they say that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They're probably the same attention span.
Yeah.
Realistically.
But anyway, let's get underway.
So, I guess let's start with what is a through hike, Winston?
Okay. So a through hike is when you take any of these trails and you hike them from end to end. If you only do part of it, they call that a section hike. So if you were to do the Appalachian Trail, the Long Trail, the Bruce Trail, which as an Ontario resident, I will voice my little pet peeve that you can't legally camp along the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, there is.
I thought people just do anyway.
Oh yes, there is that, but you can get in trouble. And then if you just do part of a trail, they call that a section hike. So Appalachian Trail, Pacific Crest Trail, there's the Long Trail, which goes, I think, through New Hampshire. Pretty sure. Brooks is going to do it soon. Then there's Continental Divide Trail. There's a bunch of big trails. Most of them are in the States. And the reason for that, I think, number one, they seem to have a bit more of a hiking culture. Excuse me. Airplanes in our video. They have more of a hiking culture than we do.
I gotta go collect my dog.
You go collect your dog.
You don't.
But we also run into the thing, at least here in Ontario, there seems to be much more of a canoe trip, kind of scene. Like Algonquin, Killarney, a lot of our big parks, French River, are more geared towards the nautical side than they are on foot. Killarney does have the Lacoche Silhouette Trail, which is a nice little loop, which is kind of like a baby through hike at 80K. But when you're talking any of the through hikes, you're talking like for instance, the Appalachian Trail, we're expecting it to take like 5 or 6 months. Like this is not a small undertaking. Whereas if you say do 200 miles of it, that would be a section hike. So there. And Zoe's getting put on a leash now.
Yeah. A little less apt to wander.
Come here, puppy dog.
If I'm not standing, then she'll think that it's sitting. Come here. She's the official mascot, I think, at this point.
Yeah, because my dog is just not an outdoor dog.
No. Hey, look.
Can you make it over here? Just barely. Just barely. Okay, so.
Saddest little panda you ever seen. So, what else would be a common question? Have you gone through how long you expect it to take?
Yeah. So we're looking 5 to 6 months. So just for a little bit of detail of the Appalachian Trail, follows the Appalachian Mountain Range. The way we're doing it is from Mount Katahdin in Maine to Springer Mountain in Georgia. Goes through 14 states, goes from the north to the south, or south to the north, but you know, you're actually in between Pennsylvania and I think it's Virginia. You cross the Mason-Dixon line, which is sort of that.
Ooh, that's famous.
Yeah.
Is that in many of my country songs?
Yeah. And it's about 3,500 kilometers, 3,508 this year. And because the way that we're looking to do it, because we got to get to the top of Mount Katahdin to get to the sign, because that's officially the beginning for us. What I was thinking would be a lot of fun is we go out, we drop our first food box off already, and then mail our second one ahead. And that way we're only mailing it locally, so it'll be cheaper because we're already out there.
That's true.
And then you hike to the top of the mountain with us.
Yeah, and I'd be like, did it, no.
Yeah. You just have your picture on the Katahdin sign. But yeah, hike to the top. And then because the way that we're going to go is probably going to be up and then back down and continue with the trail, we'll go up and down together, and then I guess when we get to the bottom and camp out with us for the night.
See losers later.
Yeah.
I can peace out.
And then from there, you just have to like watch us on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be weird.
Yeah.
Not seeing you guys every day.
Yeah. And that's it. That's going to be one of the things that is going to be probably the hardest part. I think is we've got like an amazing close knit group of friends, and that whole deal of not seeing each other all the time.
It's like at the end of the summer when like all the friends you made when you're on vacation, and then at the end of the summer everybody goes home, but it's the opposite because everyone's home now, and then you guys are doing the trail. I'm moving
in with your mom and dad.
So I can go out west in the spring.
Yes.
I'm not doing it for fun. It's not for the good of my health. Plus it's free dog sitting for my dog.
It's for the good of your bank account.
For the good of my bank account.
Yes. And I,
Because
well,
I'm-
I good-naturedly review, I endorse that position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I need to go out west. That'll be a whole nother series.
Yes, because she has to go out west, so I have a floor to sleep on when I go out there. That's sort of how this all works.
Yeah. Really, that's the only reason.
Yeah.
So question 3 would be, how does doing a through hike make your pack weight or what you're putting in your pack differ from just like a really long kind of like section hike or a really long camp out?
Realistically, for me, it doesn't. I sort of look at the eventualities of the potential of the worst weather, and that's the clothes mix I'm going to bring. Because we're starting in August, but we are going through southern Maine and then into the White Mountains of New Hampshire, up Mount Washington and over the top. Mount Washington, for those of you who don't know. And if I am wrong on this, put it in the comments and put links, but from everything I have read, Mount Washington is like the 3rd deadliest mountain in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because people underestimate it. So supposedly it's the 3rd deadliest behind Everest and Kilimanjaro. for what I have my bit of research I have done on it. Fastest recorded wind speeds on Earth.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, kind of this weird way the valleys go, funnel the wind so they speed up. And what you're looking at is in the summertime, because our buddy Brooks just did it, Canada Day weekend at the beginning of July. But I warned him what kind of gear to bring. So part way up, like about halfway up, a lot of people who at the bottom started off in shorts and t-shirts all turned around to come back because it was just above zero.
Yeah. I saw them all bundled up.
And by the time they got to the top, it was like 80-mile-an-hour winds and -5 in July.
A little cold, a little different than when you started, but
Yeah. So it's a thing where, while it's in the eastern mountains and it's only like 6,200 or 6,300 feet high, it's got like a donkey kick to the face.
yeah.
Jesus. I've been up it twice. Once was horrible and once was perfect weather.
There's no happy medium. It's
No.
either garbage or the best.
Yeah. And if you do it in good weather and you happen to get to the top and it's these amazing views as far as the eye can see and all that stuff, there's a weather station on top, and there's the old school. There used to be a hotel up there in the early 1900s, so it's kind of a tourist thing now. So you can like hike to the top and you like suffered and earned your way, and then if you want to get like a picture at the sign at the summit, you might have to wait for a crowd of tourists who took the train to the top.
Oh no. Oh, no.
But there's a snack bar so you can go buy an ice cream cone.
Ooh, I like ice cream.
Yeah.
So is there like the ruins of an old hotel up there?
Yeah, there's some stuff like
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. It burned down.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. At the weather station, they even have, and I will get your address because there's a actual post office on the top of, so I can send you a postcard.
Yes?
That actually is postmarked Mount Washington.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
That's
Everybody likes real mail.
yeah.
Everybody does.
You know, that isn't bills or junk mail. So,
So what are you trying out for the first time with this trip in terms of what you're bringing in your pack, and what are some old favorites that you're going to be relying on?
in a sense, not trying anything new, because everything that I'm taking, I've tested a bunch through the spring and summer. So that now there's some stuff that I haven't like I sort of kitted out specifically for this trip, like we're bringing a hammock as a luxury item. So the hammock that I've got is it's kind of like a custom modified Thermarest double slacker, 400-pound weight capacity. It's 6'4" wide, but it only weighs a pound, and it's like 10 or 12 feet long. So
Oh my God.
we can string it up just as something to hang in when
Yeah.
you stop for lunch.